The sensation of separation can be a source of discomfort, as fear creates the illusion of separation. But what if we were to realize that we are truly everything and one with all that exists? Many have already come to this understanding, and it is my hope that each and every one of you will have a similar awakening. To understand that we are all one, means that there is no other. Our parents, friends, exes, and even our enemies are all manifestations of the same consciousness. It can be difficult for people to grasp this concept, as we tend to compare ourselves to others and see ourselves as separate entities. But when I say that you and I are one, I am not referring to our physical bodies or the ego-driven selves we perceive ourselves to be. I am speaking of the true self, the consciousness that lies beyond the mind and body. At first, the idea that we are all one may seem lonely, but it is only in the imagination of the mind that it appears so. The actual experience is quite the opposite. It is expansive and filled with unconditional love for all, as we come to realize that we are one with all. The power of one conscious being is far greater than the collective power of a multitude of unconscious ones. To truly grasp this, one must delve deep into the realm of self-discovery and awaken to the realization that we are all pure consciousness. This journey begins by letting go of all resistance and attachment, by emptying the mind of all thoughts and allowing ourselves to simply be in the present moment. During this process, the energy known as Kundalini may rise, bringing with it both discomfort and a sense of rightness. By surrendering to this sensation, the mind and body open up to a greater understanding of the self, and the truth of our interconnectedness with all things becomes crystal clear. In this state of realization, one may find themselves overcome with uncontrollable laughter, as the veil of separation is lifted, and the true nature of our being is revealed. In the moment of true realization, we understood that the feeling of separation is but an illusion. The fear and doubts that once plagued us will be nothing more than fleeting thoughts and will have no power over us. You'll see that all of humanity is connected, and we are all one consciousness. The boundaries that we perceive between ourselves and others are illusory. Our parents, friends, and enemies are all manifestations of the same consciousness. This understanding can be difficult to grasp at first, as we are so ingrained in the belief that we are separate individuals. We cling to the idea of a separate self, and we compare ourselves to others. But true awakening is not about comparing ourselves to others, it is about recognizing that we are all manifestations of the same consciousness. It is in this realization that true peace and understanding can be found. The feeling of being alone and separate is replaced with a sense of oneness and belonging. The love that we feel for others is no longer limited by the boundaries of the self, but expands to encompass all of existence. This is the true power of consciousness, and it is a power that we all possess. It is my hope that each and every one of you will also experience this awakening, and that you too will know the joy and peace that comes from understanding our true nature. As you enter the outside world, you will be enveloped by an inexplicable feeling of oneness. The beauty of the world around you will only increase with the realization that you are everything and everything is you. The people you see, the trees, the animals, simply different expressions of the same consciousness that we are. The sense of separation will dissipate and you will then be left with a deeper understanding of our interconnectedness. But why is this understanding so crucial? You may be wondering how this newfound knowledge can benefit you in any way. But consider, if you realize that you are always consciousness, and can never not be consciousness, think about how much resistance and struggle falls away in your life. The weight of the ego and its constant striving for more fades away, and you are left with a profound sense of peace and contentment. Upon contemplating the nature of one's self, one may come to the realization that the true essence of being is consciousness. This understanding may lead one to see that the ego, or the character we often identify as ourselves, is merely a creation of the mind, and therefore does not truly exist. This realization may bring about a sense of detachment from the ego, and therefore, the judgments of others. One may come to understand that the judgments of others are simply observations of the false self, and hold no power over the true self, which is consciousness. This understanding may bring about a sense of liberation, as one may come to see that nothing can happen to consciousness, and that the judgments of others are ultimately meaningless. The realization of being consciousness first can be a profound and transformative experience. It brings to light the understanding that the character we thought ourselves to be was but an illusion, a mere creation of the mind. This understanding frees us from the constraints of taking things personally, as we see that the false self and the judgments of others hold no power over us. The need to please others and seek acceptance also falls away, as we are no longer bound by the limitations of the false self. We are free to express ourselves fully and authentically in the present moment, without fear of rejection or judgment. And even in the face of adversity, we are able to find the positive and see life as the dream it truly is, a grand playing field for consciousness to explore and experience itself. As we embark on the journey of self-discovery, we may find ourselves feeling a sense of separation from the world around us. But what if, in reality, we are one with everything and everyone? This realization can be difficult to grasp, as we often identify ourselves with our physical bodies and minds. But true consciousness lies beyond the limitations of the self and transcends the illusions of separation. When we reach this state of pure consciousness, we find that our relationships with others are enhanced. We no longer take things personally, and the need for acceptance and validation fall away. We can experience life as the dream it is, free from the constraints of the ego and the false self. It is not about giving up the human experience, but rather embracing it from a place of love and understanding. Every person and situation in our lives is a reflection of our true nature and serves as a reminder of our connection to all things. It is a powerful realization to look back on our lives and see how every experience led us to this moment of self-awareness. So, embark on a journey of self-discovery and awaken to the realization of your true nature as consciousness. As you explore this path, I invite you to share your experiences with us by liking, subscribing and commenting in this video. So, please do not hesitate to share this message with someone who needs to hear it, and join us on this transformative journey towards true understanding of ourselves.